Good morning everyone, hope you're all okay. Right, I'm coming on to show you what I've done with some of the painted cellophane that I showed you the other day. I'll leave the link to this video in case anybody's not seen it where I was doing this. It's just from leftover cellophane that you get bouquets of flowers wrapped up in, and glass paints, but nail varnish I think would work on there. You want something that's sticky to grip to it. I'll say I will leave the link to that. And thank you ladies for your suggestions. I knew I was going to make some flowers. A couple of ladies had suggested flowers, so that was the first thing I did. So I've made some flowers, and yes, I'm still using the gold flakes. I'm obsessed with these gold flakes now, but I just think these are lovely. And they're quite big. Obviously you could make them whatever size you want, but I wanted quite big ones, and the buttons in the middle are just paper things that I did ages ago, so I'm using bits more of my stash up. This one is one that was fused plastic. And all I've done is just stapled them onto a piece of card, circle of card. So I thought, oh, I didn't think hot glue would work, and I couldn't be bothered to wait for other glue, so I just used my staple. So that's those, and all I've done as well, I thought, oh, what flowers can I make? Trouble is, if you make the sign, I've made loads and loads and loads of paper flowers where you fold the paper, and it's that long ago since I've done them that I can't remember how to do it, I don't think. But you waste so much paper, so all I did for these was I just cut squares. I just cut squares up, and I just poked it in the middle, went like that, got a circle of card. I did have some somewhere, I don't know where they are, and just stapled it on the card and just kept going round and round. It's just one layer. There's, I don't know, 5 or 6 or 7 pieces on each one. So I just did it like that for ease. If anybody does want me to do a video, I will do, but they're pretty straightforward really. And then I just dabbed bits of glue on and put the flakes on, and then added the buttons. So they are they. And I've got some more in the process here. Those I enjoyed doing those. And then another suggestion which I hadn't thought of was a feather, because ages and ages ago everybody was going through the phase of making feathers, paper feathers, which I made loads. So I've made a feather. I think it was Diana Scoffier, I think, that suggested this. Anyway, whoever it was, thank you, because I hadn't thought of it. Now this one, I really quite like that. Mr. Doodle thought it was a laurel leaf. Really? Never mind. So yeah, it is doubled over. I was a little bit silly because I didn't think about it, but I used, for this one, I just used a PVA, no, a wood glue. Well, PVA, it's the same sort of thing. Wood glue for the paper. Just a piece of paper like that. Wood glue, piece of wire. I'll do one in a minute if you like. And because it's of the type of paper, it wouldn't dry. And I was like 2 or 3 days waiting for it to dry, and I kept squidging it like this, and I thought, oh, it won't work. Anyway, it did eventually. So the next one I did, which I haven't finished, this one, I thought, oh well, I'll try what do you call it? Is it not contact? What's it called? Anyway, Yoo-hoo, it's a sticky glue. So I've used that one, and this has been like it for a couple of days, but I think that one's dried better. So I'll do a feather in a minute. I've shown you these, and then the other thing, when I did video, I think it was my last video where I showed you the stuff in the drawers, there was some pieces of mount board that I'd got, so I've just made a couple of ATCs with the scraps of this paper. Whether it's picking it up, the mount board it's white on the back and it was a dark green, so I've just literally glued it on with Pritt stick, glue stick, and then these little hearts. I was struggling a bit as always, but these little hearts I've had for ages, probably 2 or 3 years, where I was doing loads and loads of embellishments. I've given loads away and used them on different projects, and I've still got a few left. Just cereal box, and then at the time I'd got loads of tissue paper. I think I'd been using tissue paper for something, but I just put it in a box, chopped it all up, and then just put glue on the card and just stuck it in, and then I went over it with, it looks like glitter Mod Podge and some little snippets of metallic threads, and I just put some fibres underneath. I think the hearts get a bit lost on it, but they're all right, and I just put love. I had a job sticking these on because these are the old-fashioned machine, Dymo machine, Dymo. It's Dymo, isn't it? Not Dynamo. And I have had a job sticking it on, and in the end I had to use some red line tape, a piece of that, to get it to stick on. Because I've used this before, glossy accents wouldn't do it, and I used this before, which will stick it on, but for some reason it's really weird. It like fades the letters, so then you have to go over the letters with a pen and blah de blah de blah. So I used a bit of red line tape. Then I just coloured on the back and wrote how I'd done them on the back. This was the first one I did, and I'd got all this stuck on, and I thought, oh, I wish I'd put more gold round, but I thought if I tried to do it I would muff it up. So the next one I did, so I'll keep this one, and this one will probably go out to someone at some point, but I like this one better anyway. So that's those. That's what I've been doing with the thingy. So I'll just quickly, what time are we on? Quickly. I mean, you don't need to do it with this paper, do it with any paper. And I was going to try it with Pritt stick. Stick this, and I've got a piece of wire somewhere. Oh, I was all prepared. Where's my wire gone? There we go. I don't know what gauge it is. It's just a thinnish wire. Can you see? Hope you can see. Right, now we'll see whether this works, shall we? Well, I'll leave this one a couple of days to dry anyway. But I did love making these feathers. I can remember when I first did them, it was outside up the garden in the summer, all my beads and stuff up there for the bottoms, and I just enjoyed making them. But yes, the PVA didn't work for this, which if I'd have thought about it properly, I should have realised it wouldn't. It does do on paper. Put that down like that. I'm not going to try cutting this one because we get all glue on my scissors. Well, that's all you do. So I'll cut this one up, or try and cut this one up. Here's my scissors. Which scissors do I want? Move that out of the way. Oh, I think it's stuck anyway. If you're not confident in just freehand cutting it, you could just draw a, and we'll save those bits. Obviously, goes without saying. And then that's your feather shape. And just cut it to nearly to the wire. It was Secret Soto that I first saw do the feathers, I think. So if I can find the video, well, probably you've all seen her video anyway. I just thought I would do it in case anybody's not seen feathers made before. I don't know why I like to start at the bottom, I just do. How many minutes am I on? 11. But they're really lovely in this cellophane, and the Yoo-Hoo glue has definitely stuck better. I shall leave the one that I've just pasted with the Pritt stick, I'll leave that until tomorrow. There. I shan't bother faffing about with the gold flakes, but yeah, I mean, that one's lovely. And then I just got some of my other paper ones. I'd wrapped fluffy fibres around the bottom and all sorts. You don't have to put anything down there really, just have it like that if you want. But for this one I thought, oh, I'm sure I've got some gold beads somewhere, so I just threaded that on and then just wound that bit up with my round nosed pliers. I'm not very good with pliers. But yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed that, seeing that, and I'm just so pleased that I decided to use those old glass paints because I think they're lovely. Really nice for this. I mean, acrylic paint obviously wouldn't stick to the cellophane, but I'm sure I'll be doing loads more of those. So thank you very much for watching, and if anybody does want me to show you how I did those, but I'd say it's pretty straightforward, just a little circle of card and scrunch it up in your fingers and staple it on. The last one takes a bit of doing, but I just sort of folded it back and did it like that, opened my stapler right up and got it in. But obviously if you're doing them with paper you can just use a glue, your hot glue gun or something, but I didn't want to. I was in the staple mood. Right, so thank you very much for watching, and I shall speak to you soon. Take care, bye, and thanks again ladies for your suggestions. Bye.